What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Thought Provoking Podcast. I am your host, Will Brown, and I got some very special guests in the building. Young lady, can we start with you and introduce yourself?
Hi, guys. My name is Mika. You can find me on Facebook as Mika Henderson, and I am a life coach. You can find me on mymentor.life, and that's it.
My brother.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Lanzia Holcomb. You can find me on Facebook at Lanzia Holcomb or on Instagram as Ozone.
Got any profession you want to throw out there, my brother?
Actually, I do. I own a bouncy house business, Bouncy World Fun Inflatables. You can book us and find us on Facebook at Bouncy World Fun Inflatables and email bouncyworldfunflatables at icloud.com.
My brother, a real man over here. You hear the bass in his voice? My brother got some bass in his voice, boy. That's a real deal right there. I like that, my brother. I like that. EC alumni. And you from?
I'm from Gary,
Indiana.
Yeah.
Gary, Indiana. Yeah,
West
that's
side.
right. The West Side. Rep your stuff, girl. Rep your stuff. I like that right there.
WNBA.
Yes, Lord. Yes,
Gary,
Lord.
West Side.
So today we got an interesting conversation. We're going to keep it respectful with everybody, but I want y'all to speak freely. Today's topic is dating outside your race. Ooh. Get real interesting when you talk about that, right? Before we get into that topic, I got a little icebreaker. I got some conversation cards. First date icebreakers. So, lady, you want to mix them up or anything like that? I want to let you get you a card.
I'm just going to
Okay, just jump into it. Don't even worry about it. Jump into it.
Okay.
What you got?
It says, if you hit the lotto today, how would your life be different going forward?
Ooh.
Oh. My life would be extremely different. No, I mean, I feel like I'll be the same person, but I'll enhance me. Like, I'll get the things that I always wanted. Property, businesses, and also helping my community, of course. So, yeah, it just enhanced my personality, I feel.
Helping your community, I like that.
Yeah.
What about you, my brother?
If I won the lottery?
You won that lottery.
Oh, man.
This is going to be good here.
Man, that would definitely be a life changer for me. Not just for me, but for my family and friends around me as well. One thing I would definitely do first, my church we always talk about building a small community of our own called Libertyville. Mm-hmm. I would definitely get that popping up first, and then I would move my family and friends somewhere where they want to be.
I like that, brother. I guess I should have thought more about this as y'all was really going on, because I'm going to be a little different. Everything going to change about me. My address, the way I drive. But I'm going back to work, and I'm going to tell everybody on that job what I really thought about them. Everybody that can kiss my ass. All of that's going to be a part of me winning that lotto. But I'm going to try and build some generational wealth, man. You know, I'm not going to just give folks money, because obviously a lot of people in our community, sad to say, horrible with money. So I want to build businesses to where they can constantly have money flowing in and keep that flowing in the family, you know. So it's going to be some nice little things that I'm doing. My brother, you want to pick your card next?
Yeah, I'm a shuffle.
You going to shuffle? Wow. Okay, do your thing. What you want?
Not
What
a
you
quick
want?
diver.
Don't be in there cheating now. Look like you trying to read on the low. Yeah. Get yours. Yeah. I ain't even say pick mine.
Oh, that's easy. What do you like to do for fun? Generally, just be with my family, be with my kids. That's pretty much it. Just be with my family, be with my kids. That's always fun.
I like that.
Yeah, I got a very lit little family, so.
Okay. I like that. What about you?
I like to do a lot of things. I like to read. I like to write. I like to skate, stay active, and I guess what you said, spend time with my son.
I like that right there. I like to count the stars. I like poetry. And I'm lying. I'm lying. I enjoy the podcasting. This has been therapy for me. I like conversation. I like to hear y'all thoughts and ideas, get different people's perspectives on different topics that we talk about. So that's something that I'm very into. Gonna read mine here. Do you have any hidden talents? If so, what are they? Ooh. Y'all want me to take this first?
Yeah, you go. I'm thinking.
Some of y'all may not know this, but I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. I'm a porn star. And no, I'm just joking. Hidden talents.
Definitely mad.
I just told you, hey, my brother, you gotta find something new. I really don't. I mean, I don't think it's a hidden talent, but I give good advice. Mm-hmm. You bring your problems to me, I don't take my own, but I give good advice. Mm-hmm. I'm like that hidden therapist that people slept on. Mm-hmm. When you bring your problems to me, I'm gonna get you correct. So I think that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. Hidden talents. I don't know. Maybe I can make people laugh.
Okay.
And I'm very silly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sing. Go on, give it to us. Come on. You sing. Go on, give it to us.
No way.
Go on, give it to
that
us,
I
lady. No singing?
No singing.
What about you, my brother?
Well, you took my porn one. We'll say singing too, but I'm in a church choir now, so that's not hidden anymore. People know I could sing a little bit. I would say yoga probably. Like, because I was just doing it out on my Texas trip, and it was shocking to a lot of the people who was out there with me. They're like, that, you do yoga? But yeah, I'm like very flexible, and I love to do yoga. Wow. It's very therapeutic for me.
That's something I didn't even know.
Yeah, I love to stretch and do my yoga.
I like that. Okay, seeing as how both of you are business owners, let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you mentally and business-wise?
Okay, so mentally, I would say today, I would say 7. Business, I'm still working on that. I'll be honest, and I would say a 4. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything we could assist you with? You ain't gotta necessarily put it out on camera, but we can talk about it off camera if you want to. Help cool, you out. Yeah. What about you, my brother? Where you at on a scale of 1 to 10, business wise and mentally?
Business wise, I would say like a 2.
2.
Yeah, like a 2. This is my first year with 2 businesses.
Okay.
I didn't try construction first. Mm-hmm. It kind of was a flop, sort of say, for me. Was, but wasn't. I kind of got out myself. And now I'm doing bouncy houses.
Okay.
And it is, I thought it was going to be easy. Like, oh, you just got to go pick up some houses, blow them up like a balloon, and get up out of there. But no.
More work than you thought.
This is a lot of work. A lot of work. And then you got all the other hidden stuff behind. Like, I just found out what the EIN number was and all this and that. And it's like, they don't teach you all of that in school. No. So when you become an adult, you think like, oh, I just got to LLC it and I'm good. Nah.
A lot more to business.
A lot more to that. So right now I would say I'm about a 2. So y'all got my social media advice. If anybody can send some help my way to become a better businessman, I'm open for it.
I like that, brother. Ask for that help.
I'm definitely open for it.
Oh, yeah. Y'all ready to get into it?
Definitely.
Dating outside your race. So let me throw this out. The reason why I came up with this topic is because I seen that it was a big surge right after the George Floyd death. I seen a lot of people on social media get up there, a lot of African American men and women start to talk about people that's dating outside their race. How they laughing their ass off at these people, y'all clowns, y'all goofies, all that kind of stuff, because a lot of people's stance is you're dating someone outside the race that can't even relate to what's going on. Yeah. So when I saw that, I had my own thoughts and opinions on it, and I felt that it would be a healthy conversation to have. The group was supposed to be a little bit bigger, a little more diverse. Everybody couldn't make it, but we got to make it do what it do. So I want to start with you, my brother. What's your thoughts on dating outside your race?
To be honest, I really don't see color when I see women.
Okay.
I just see women. I'm in it for the pure heartedness and the honesty of it. So, okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem, obviously, with dating outside of my race. I have a Hispanic fiance. I've been with her since I was a freshman in high school. We got 4 beautiful kids together, so I definitely don't see no problem with dating outside of your race.
Okay.
I believe you're with who God intends for you to be with. If blue, red, purple, green, Mexican, doesn't matter.
Do you find yourself getting attacked ever?
I used to. I used to a lot. I used to a lot. But I don't anymore, because I used to by the people who was only looking from the outside in, who didn't know me and who didn't know her. But once you found out both of our backgrounds, see that we're both culturally from the same environment and from the same place, then you could kind of see that we got a lot in common, and color has nothing to do with nothing.
Okay. Does your upbringing have anything to do with that?
With me dating outside of my race? No, not at all.
More so like, was your parents always open to us and, love who you
I had a rough
love?
upbringing, so to say. So, never met my father.
Okay.
So, I never had a real male figure there to show me who or how to date.
Okay.
My mom didn't have a great relationship with her. She went away for some time, and then we didn't reconnect till I was back out here in Indiana and like almost ready for high school. So she wasn't really there to show me who or how to date. Was raised by my grandmother, who literally didn't date at all. Like, my grandma died for me when I was 4 years old. I've never seen her with a man. No, I don't know how she did it or where she did it at, but I've never, ever, ever seen my grandmother with a man. Never. So, yeah, I don't think it was my upbringing. And the only other male figure that was in the house was my uncle. He was kind of like a player, so.
He had them all.
He had them all. So shout out to all, you know what I'm saying? All type of flavors. So
He had them all.
He had them all. So I really didn't know. I kind of thought like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, that's the cool thing. Yeah. Until I grew up.
Okay. What about you, lady? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, now, listen.
Give it to us.
I feel as though I love black men, right?
Okay.
Everything about them. Like, it's just something that I have a connection with, I feel, So, watch now, my husband gonna be something else. But, but I don't know. I've never even looked at another race like that. Okay. So I feel like 9 times out of 10, you never know what happens, but it's the black man for me.
Black man for you.
So probably.
So you would never even try it?
I'm not going to say I wouldn't try it, just to try it.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be my first choice.
Do you have an issue with people that date outside their race?
Absolutely not.
Not at all?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, obviously, I ain't going to say obviously because some of you all that's watching don't know me personally, but I don't have an issue with it. I've dated outside my race. I do have 2 young boys by black women. So I don't have an issue with it. My mindset is you love who you love. The issue that I have with people who make assumptions of folks who date outside their race is when you try and say, oh, you dating outside your race because you want a melodic baby or, they can't relate to the black struggle. I have an issue with that because one thing I think that we don't, as black people, I'm just speaking from the black experience, we don't tell the truth and say, all of us don't experience the same struggle. All of us don't go through the same stuff. And it's unfortunate what happened to George Floyd and countless others. But I'm not gonna lie, as a black man, I don't drive around in my car getting pulled over by the police thinking today might be the day that I die. I don't know what that feels like, unfortunately. And that's not to say that, I'm any better than anybody else, but we don't share the same struggles. I'm sorry. So I mean, love who you love, whatever connection you have with this person, it is what it is. That's my personal opinion on it. Let me ask you a question, brother. How do you feel when people say, and I'm taking this off of what I've seen in social media, you're with someone that's Latin, you have mixed kids. How do you feel when people say, you're a clown, you don't know what you're missing out on, you dating this Latin woman and she not even stepping up, speaking out for what's going on in the world with black people, all these injustices? What would you say to that?
Well, personally, on my side, luckily I have a Hispanic woman that does do that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She does speak out and she does understand the culture and she does understand how hard it is out here for people of color because she's from where she's from. And when I was first getting with her, at first I was thinking a little bit like, oh, yeah, got me a Hispanic, kid's gonna know Spanish and all that, but I know more Spanish than she do. Like, she don't even know Spanish. So, you know what I'm saying? So I got one of them hood Mexicans, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to her.
So it does suck for people to say and think that way, but I got lucky with mine. So cool. I don't really witness that side of things
That's cool. Let me switch it over to you, lady. As a black woman, what's your thoughts when someone says, well, she's not black, so she can't understand the black struggle? He just alluded to the fact that where his fiance is from, she does understand. What's your thoughts and opinion on that?
Well, I think the environment, like you said, where you guys grew up, I think that has a lot to do with it. And, no one can really tell you what your story, your struggle. They don't know you personally. So how can I judge you? This is my first day meeting you. I can't judge you. I don't know anything about you. So, I feel as though if that's what you decide to do and that's what's best for your life and your family, go ahead. I support you. I'm not mad at it. I'm not an angry black woman who's upset because I see a brother dating out of his race. I feel like love is love, and you're not my man, so I support it. Whatever, it don't bother me.
Let me read this to y'all. So this was around the time that the George Floyd situation happened, and I screenshotted this, and this is a post from an individual that I went to school with. I won't put her name out because I don't want it to seem like I'm attacking this person because of my views, but I just want y'all thoughts and opinion. It says, it must suck to be dating outside your race right now and not being comfortable discussing your rage out of fear or because the lack of knowledge and understanding. Anyway, I'll finish my coffee and let y'all have this. So obviously she's trying to be a little funny, but she's an African American woman. What you think about that, my brother? I gotta throw it to you first.
Well, once again, if I had somebody who I couldn't vent to, who didn't understand that, I would probably be able to better answer the question. But
that
once
ain't
again,
your case.
I got blessed and lucky with a Hispanic woman that understands the African American culture.
Okay.
So when all that stuff was going on, she was texting and calling me first. She knew before I knew about it.
Okay.
She wanted to leave work before I wanted to leave work. So that's why she kind of like helped me with the situation, helped me understand the situation a little bit better as far as that. Because believe it or not, when I'm in tune with work, I'm in tune with work. And at that time I was working, so I didn't know what was going on. So she called me like, hey, you see what's going on? You know what's going on? Like, I know, like, how's everybody I was working at a plant at the time. She like, everybody at the plant feeling? Being that we working for somebody outside of our race. She like, how y'all boss feel about the situation? Like, she asking all those type of questions. Like, how the plant manager feel about what's going on? And he's, Caucasian.
Yeah, that's interesting. What do you think about that statement that was made?
Well, let's say, hypothetically speaking, I'm dating out of my race, right? I would like to think that, like he said, that you would, the man that I'm with would try to understand my struggle, or be supportive of it and open-minded to it. So, yeah, I mean, if you have somebody who genuinely loves you, they're going to support anything that you do and anything that happens in the world that's your partner. So, yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So I got to go on the opposite side because I want this thing to be fair, and just different things that I heard. What do you guys think about men or women who date outside their race with the mindset of, my baby's going to have this complexion, my baby's going to have this type of hair, melodic baby, all of those scenarios that people like to throw out there. What's your thoughts and opinions on people that have that mindset?
Well, my thought on that, I don't want to judge or talk about nobody, but I kind of think
judge
that's like insecure. I think that's a little bit of assertive and insecure. Like, I don't think you're pretty comfortable with yourself if you're going to seek out a particular woman just to have a certain type of looking baby. Then you're probably not comfortable with your looks or comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, possible. What about you, lady?
The same thing I was going to say. Maybe you have mommy. If it's a man, maybe he has mommy issues, or if it's a woman, maybe she have dad issues. Maybe you hate yourself, or you have deep rooted family issues that you don't want to look at yourself in your child. So I think that part of it is ignorant. Like, that should just something mentally wrong with you. And instead of having children, you need to go to therapy or counseling and figure out yourself first.
Would it upset you? I'm a black man. And I'm telling you, I ain't dating no black woman. I'm with this Latin woman or this white woman because I can't deal with the black woman's attitude. Y'all talk too much. Y'all loud. You got a lot of ignorance to you. Just too much. I like it over here. Does it upset you?
Absolutely not. I'm glad if that was the case. Good for you. Move you out the way so the man for me can hurry up and find me, because you was just in my path anyway. You know what I mean? So you was just, so go ahead. If you don't want to be with a black woman, no one's pressuring you. The man who wants to be with a black woman will be there for her. That's it.
I like that. And I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to see your response, because that was exactly what I was going to put out there. At the time that the George Floyd situation happened and countless others, I knew people was frustrated. I don't even know how it turned into a race thing where people was instantly judging and had their opinions on what was going on in somebody else's relationship. But I always said, I want black women to realize if a man thinks that way, he want a melodic baby or any of that kind of stuff that goes on, whatever you all think out there, I think that you should be happy. Be happy that he's putting out there what he wants, because now you don't have to waste your time trying to get to know somebody. You don't have to waste your time trying to see, is there a real connection? He done already told you what he want. Let that brother have what he want. Get you somebody that's for you, that fits you. All the guesswork is taken out the situation. Obviously, when we get to talking to each other, I'm trying to see, are you for me? He done already put it out there what he want. And you're not it. It's a blessing to you. Let that brother go do whatever it is that brother's gonna do. You didn't have to waste your time. Think about how many countless people we've dealt with in our past that we think, oh man, this is the one. I like him. Girl, he doing A, B, and C. Bro, I'm telling you, she different. She cooks, she cleans, she this. 2 months later, nah, I had to drop him. Nah, girl, he had to go. Like, wasn't none of that jumping off. The way his mentality is, he controlling whatever. You done wasted all that time that you wish you could get back. This brother's telling you, or this sister's telling you, she wants what she wants, why she wants it. Why should it offend you? Let that person go and do them. Do we agree to that?
Yes,
Agree.
absolutely.
Okay. Got another one. This was from an Instagram influencer, Lulu Simmons. I actually got a story behind this one too. She wrote, LO fucking L at the non-blacks who date black men and haven't said a word about what's going on in America. Black men, you must do better. Is this your partner or are you just their fantasy? So she went in with hers. She went on saying, reason one, why I won't date against my race, who will be there to protect you when your time gets real. No other than the black woman herself. I will not be fantasized about, especially for the sake of a melodic child. So she went all in with it. She went all in. She let you know how she feel about it. And I actually was talking to a lady at the time that this post had came out. We was getting to know each other and, just seeing what people's thought process is. And she was all for it. She was in there just going in like, yeah, these black men, they want to date outside they race because a lot of these other women are weak compared to a strong black woman. And, she gave me her spiel and I was just like, it bothered me because growing up in East Chicago, Indiana, the predominant race was Hispanic. We grew up with them and it was like, no big deal. I mean, we didn't really look at it like, oh, we black, y'all Mexican, y'all Puerto Rican. Like, everybody just kind of partied together. So growing up in a city where it was all mixed, we never looked at each other like that. So I didn't understand, how do we all of a sudden become grown? And now there's so much tension with who you date. The issue I mainly have with that is when you highlight speaking out. How do you know what's going on in somebody's household?
That's true.
We judge everything off of this is what was posted to social media. How do you know what's going on in this household? Like this brother just said, he's being updated on current black events, and he a black brother that don't even know that this is going on. His woman is saying, I'm outraged. How do you feel about this? She also has have black kids. How do you know what somebody's discussing? That's the part that makes me so upset and get me furious, because we're so quick to judge. In the midst of talking to this woman, she was talking about how, non-black people, they love everything about black culture. They love our race, our music, the black man's sex. She was just naming it off. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And she was just saying that she think that men are kind of goofy who they're dating somebody that ain't stepping up, speaking out, all that kind of stuff. So this is how I spent it. I said, okay, these men are goofy, but they need non-black women who ain't stepping up and saying nothing, which my personal opinion is, I may not be with you for that reason. I may not need you to step up and say anything. Just the fact of life. But there was an individual who makes food, and she's Latin. I said, so you also said you can't wait to go support this Latin woman that's cooking this food. Why support her? She said, well, what she got to do with it? I said, she's loving our black culture because she's dating a black man. She loving on that black sex that you spoke about. She ain't stepped up and said nothing from what I could see. Why support her? You putting money in a person's pocket that ain't stepping up, saying anything about black culture, what we're going through, but you're experiencing everything about black. This man that you're dating is black, and you know this, but you're still spending your money over there. How does that make you look? No, we ain't the same thing. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah.
So I got a homeboy also, similar situation to you. He's with a Mexican woman. He has 3 kids. And I named him off because she knows him. I said, so he a clown, right? Well, no, not him. I said, oh, because you know him. Now because you know him, he ain't a clown. No, he a clown because he fit the description. He's with this non-black woman. He has these melodic babies. And I ain't never seen his woman get on social media, because if it ain't on social media, it didn't happen to everybody. I don't see his woman on social media parading around saying nothing. So he a clown, right? Nah, not him. It just frustrated me. Like, come on, man. Like, it's an ignorant mindset to me. But again, you think how you think, you feel how you feel. So it was interesting to me. Have you all seen anybody actually that you know personally that has that mentality, like, I date outside my race because of these things that we listed?
They wouldn't tell me.
They wouldn't tell you?
If that's the case.
You're going to give them a mouthful, huh?
I've seen it.
You seen it?
Yeah,
go give us some tea, my brother. Give us some tea.
I got friends and family members. They be like, man, you got the most beautifulest babies ever, bro. You so lucky. Man, I'm finna go knock me up a Hispanic woman now. Oh, wow. And they actually have. Or not.
What's their name?
Like,
what's their social media? We finna go on there.
Like, I'm dead ass, bro. Like, dead ass.
Yeah.
Like, I got literally family members, close family members, that's like, man, you got the most gorgeous kids in the world, and you ugly as hell. They're like, so I'm finna go have this.
Wow.
Meet a bad Hispanic or white chick and try to get me some pretty babies.
What do you think about that when they say
I think it's straight ignorance. I think it's pure ignorance. And once again, those are the people who are not confident with themselves and really probably don't even know themselves yet.
Wow.
That's true.
That's amazing right there. I mean, it's a real conversation that I think needs to be had. And again, I do think people that have that mentality, you definitely ignorant. Any black man that feel like I'm just with this woman because my kid is going to have pretty hair, this skin tone or whatever, I definitely think you ignorant. But again, like I said earlier, I don't knock nobody. If that's how you feel, cool. Because if I had a sister, I would be telling her, hey, sweetheart, listen, that brother right there that think that way, you just avoid him. Avoid him. Because I don't want to catch a case behind some nonsense going on. I don't want you to. Let that brother have what he's going to have. You know, you deserve better. This is what you should be dealing with anyway. You know what your standards and morals are. Leave that alone. So, I mean, I don't honestly know anybody that's like that, because, again, coming from East Chicago, where I grew up, we all was with each other. So, I never met somebody that really thought it was an issue until really the George Floyd situation happened. And I don't want people to get this mixed up. Like you said, you love black men, you love black culture. Everything about black is your thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Black is beautiful. I'm black. I love my black sisters. But I don't have a problem with the Latin side either. I mean, to be honest, the only thing I've never dated was someone white.
Chinese.
Well, yeah. I think they stick to their own too. Yeah, you're right. I've never had one of them either.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a Chinese with somebody outside of their race, to be honest. Have y'all?
I have.
The cultured ones, the hip hop dancing, Adidas baby Chinese. Like,
No, I seen one at the nail salon. She had a black man, and he was doing feet pedicures.
I wonder, do he know what they really be saying?
He probably do.
That's an interesting thing right there. That's definitely an interesting thing right there. You guys got something else y'all want to throw out about this topic?
I would say, as far as like the roles people play in the whole black movement period, you have a role. Like, some people are meant to be out there on the front lines. Some people are meant to financially support. It's different type of roles. And so just because I'm not doing, or someone else is not doing what you think they should be doing, and you have no clue what they're doing, then don't say it's wrong. You don't know what somebody's doing on a daily basis, and like you said, in their household. So whatever.
That's real.
Yeah.
What about you, my brother?
Well, for the people out there who listening and who gonna listen and tune in, date who is for you. Life in 2021 is all about social media, and it's all about making the next person happy, getting fly for this person or for that person. We're really, everybody out here doing and wearing the same shit. So literally, do what makes you happy. Be with who is for you. There's somebody out here for everybody, and be with who is for you. That's all I had to say.
He said something I think is interesting. I didn't throw this out. So a lot of people feel like, you got folks like the Dr. Umars. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but he's all for staying inside your race, which that's his personal opinion. Do you feel that there's a lack of black men for black women out here? So when you do go outside your race, that really messes with your chances of hooking up with that right strong black brother that you want?
No, I don't. I think that and this is just my opinion, I feel like black women are more like stay in alliance when it comes to dating outside of their race. A lot of black men are not. They like, hey, love is love. It is whatever it is. But I feel like I said before, you can't get mad at that. You can't feel some type of way because the person for you will be for you. But I don't think it's lack thereof, because when it's meant to be, it's gonna be. So I don't care if it's two men on the face of the earth. If one of them was meant to be your husband, it's gonna happen. So
okay. When you got with your fiance now, in the beginning stages, coming from Chicago over into the Indiana side, did you ever have a fear that you stepping over into messing with a Latin woman, that her parents wouldn't accept you, or was it just...
Oh, big time. It wasn't even her parents, because her parents was kind of like cool. It was like her peers.
Okay.
Like her ex, like she was still dealing with a crazy Hispanic ex dude, and like I ain't scared of no man. I ain't. But when I bumped into that dude as a shorty,
so it was a different breed over there.
Man, like I really had, that's kind of like it was meant to be, because I really had to fight for my love.
Period.
Dead ass. Like, man, Hispanic dudes, like I love you. I got a lot of Hispanic friends, but they do not fucking play over their women. At all. They do not. So it was a rough fight. But her parents was pretty. Her parents was pretty, like, I want to say more welcoming, because like, I don't know, I was tall, I was athletic, I was mannerable, you know what I'm saying? And they probably was used to seeing the guy that she was bringing around.
He's going to the NBA. He's going to the NBA. Girl, get with him.
Opposed to me.
Facts.
And then, like you say, like her parents is from here as well. So it's like we're from East Chicago, where it's like super normal out here because it's so diverse. Like with me coming from out here from Chicago, I seen all of these Hispanic. I moved out here to Markstown. So for one, I didn't know what the hell we were. What?
It's a small section in East Chicago. It ain't a lot of us out there.
At all.
It really ain't nobody out there now. But at this particular time when he went, it wasn't a lot of us out there.
Okay.
It was them. So
yeah, even when I moved out there, we like literally had to fight for like almost a year to gain their friendship. Now I'm like best friends with everybody out there, but it took a while to gain that trust in a relationship with them non-African American people because we was a big African American family. My grandmother adopted 6 of us, and it was only 1 girl. So it's 5 boys plus my uncle. So there's 6 men in one house that come in that little small clay area, and we all walking around. So yeah, we getting jumped left and right. We're like, man, we just got out here. So yeah, to answer your question, no, like her parents was very acceptable. It was her ex and the rest of her peers. Some of her peers was like, girl, what you doing?
Bro, let me tell you this. You a stand-up guy, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if I had to do all that fighting out there, I'm not going to lie. I hate Hispanics. I hate them. Ain't no way I end up with them. Like everyone, I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. All of what I had to deal with, I'm gonna hate them all. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta make this clear because you know people do not listen. If I had to encounter what this brother had to encounter, coming to a new neighborhood and you got to fight every day, it ain't like he out there messing with nobody. They're constantly picking and messing with him, brother. I'd have went on a killing spree. That's what my mindset would have been.
Back then, that was like 05, 06, you know, like it wasn't a lot of guns. If it was my era, it wasn't, we couldn't get a hold of them as quick and as easily as we could now.
You wasn't in the right spot.
So, obviously I wasn't. So we kind of had to fight, and it didn't take them long to leave us alone. Well, it did, like a half a year. I'm lying.
That's a lot.
It was long, but it was a lot of them. It was like 6 to 100. Like you don't know Marchtown, girl. Like you ain't finna just fight 1 or 2 of them. They're jumping out of trees, out of windows, from other cars. Like
wow.
It was great that we befriended those guys.
Oh, let me let you know how different this little area is. They don't have streets. They have alleys.
Yeah, you got to park on the curb.
Everything is like this.
Yeah,
literally.
See,
smaller area.
The city was built for the steel mill workers, and from back in the day, steel mill workers. So they used to have like horses walk down the streets. So the streets are just big enough for horse carriages and horses to walk down, not cars. So there's no 2-way street. Nah.
Wow.
All one ways. 1 way in, 1 way out.
Years ago, I used to date a chick that lived out there. My homeboy did too, but we had another homeboy. I'm gonna tell you his name off camera because I don't want to embarrass nobody. But he was out there at a party and I didn't go. He was at the chick's party, and like you said, a group of them came, and before you know it,
ooh,
yeah, they don't play.
It was on. The sad part about it, I don't think nobody helped him. I don't think nobody helped him. They just kind of like watched, like, hey, we outnumbered. It, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, it was a messed up situation. But I agree with the both of you. Love who you love. If that person makes you feel however they make you feel, that's your personal business. If you on the side of I just want to date black, do you. If you on the side of it don't make a difference, I think the biggest thing is we as a people, not black people, we gotta learn to mind our fucking business.
Yes.
That's the big. We in everybody business that don't got shit to do with us. Mind the business that pays you. Like that's the thing that kills me. So I want to end it with that on that topic. Unless y'all got some more y'all want to add.
I'm good.
Okay, I want to mix it up a little bit for you. I got something pretty good since y'all tried to avoid this before the cameras got rolled.
Here we go.
A man proposes to his woman with a receipt of her $70,000 student loan debt being paid in full. In place of a ring, she says thank you to him, but says she still requires a ring before getting married. What is she? Reasonable, ungrateful, smart, or dumb? Reasonable, ungrateful, smart, or dumb?
Oh, me answer first?
Whoever.
Okay, you want to go?
It doesn't matter. Women.
You go.
I knew she would. I honestly would say I'm old-fashioned, like super old-fashioned. I would say reasonable.
She's reasonable.
I would say reasonable because you're not married. We're not even engaged until you put a ring on the finger.
That's true.
I'm super old-fashioned, and love is you gotta have that ring to symbolize the love, pretty much. Like you gotta have that ring to put the stamp on it. That's just what I said.
Okay.
Because what are you going to do when you go to the altar? Are you going to put that receipt on her hand? You still got to place something on her hand, I believe. I mean, you can make a paper ring out of that receipt, But still, like, no, I say ring. I say that's very reasonable. Like, thank you, yes, thank you for paying this. Because in the long run, I am your wife, and this is only going to help both of us by you paying off these student loans. Now, my credit just went up, and we can go get a house, but I still would want a ring.
That's what's up.
Because I want a ring, too.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's some grown man stuff. Ladies gonna love you for saying that, too.
No, that's just real shit.
No, they gonna
I'm
love
a
you.
realist. That's just real shit. Like, you got to have a ring. Like, isn't that what Beyonce said? Like,
Put a ring on it. She did say that.
got not a receipt. Like, that was just some extra shit. And I respect the extra shit that made him, you know, look good and more of a man, but that ain't how you propose, I don't think.
That's what's up.
That's like 5th year anniversary wedding type shit.
And ladies, I just want y'all to know those were the thoughts and ideas of Lonzie. Not thought-provoking podcast and Will Brown. Because if I pay your debt off, if I pay that debt off $70,000, you are very ungrateful. And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, reasonable.
I'm going to tell you why, my brother. A ring does not define my love for you in no way, shape, or form. You see so many situations where, I hate to say it, I've been one of those guys. People take that ring off while they're going through stuff, and they do the most. But that ring don't really mean nothing, to be honest. It's just it's a piece of jewelry. No different than this chain, any of that kind of stuff. It just depends on what's important to you. Now, I don't knock what you're saying. You know, I think that it's definitely dope that you would give up $70,000, clear that debt, and still buy a ring. That's how you know this brother got money over here. So I want y'all to know he off limits because he got a fiance. This brother over here is loaded to pay that $70,000 and get a ring. So I just want y'all to know that, man. Them bouncy houses, don't let him fool you. That's where that money at, them bouncy houses. But I think you ungrateful, you know. But at the same, I think you ungrateful. But I will say too, maybe it should have been a conversation that was had. I mean, because I would have thought that would have been something definitely dope. Yeah, you'd have turned around and told me after that $70,000 I spent, you ain't got to worry about us getting married because we just officially called that thing off. I'm going to turn it over to you, lady.
Okay. I'm going to say ungrateful because, listen, if a man come to me and he paying off that amount of money of my debt, I don't care about that ring. I can go to Walmart to get a ring. Like, I do not care. I feel like that's more now ring is important, but I'm saying like that's like a wedding. You don't have to, if you truly love somebody, you want to be with them, you can go down to the justice of the peace and then, you know, I take that debt and go to Walmart and give me a ring.
Those are the thoughts and ideas of the Thought-Provoking Podcast and Will Brown. Not with this brother.
If you got 70,000, then you obviously
you got it. Don't sweet it up now. You got it.
If you gonna spend that much in debt, then you obviously got enough to get the ring. Yeah. And then right away, it's not like you spent 70,000 in debt and then tomorrow you got to go buy this ring. No, you have a year or so to plan this out. Mm-hmm. Might I add? I say I have a fiance. Mm-hmm. We've been engaged for 3 years. Mm-hmm. For a year, like we've been having, you know, a lot of bullshit problems, hiccups, and she ain't wore her ring. Yeah. We just had that conversation this morning. I promise you, this morning I just asked her, "Hey, where your ring at?" She's like, "Why? Why you want to see my ring? Why you want to see the ring?" Like, motherfuckers, I bought it. Where's that? You can keep it. I just want to make sure it's still in the house. Period. Like, where's the ring at?
Yeah.
And I got seen a ring. Like I say, I'm old fashioned. To me, that ring definitely means a lot. And you're right. You can take it off, but then that shows your integrity. And I can't fuck with no woman who ain't got no integrity.
That was the old me, just so y'all know. I wasn't never married when she took hers off. You know, that was the old me. You know, I'm healed now. I got the blessed oil all over me. I'm healed now, so that ain't me no more.
Okay, I have a question. One quick question.
Give it to me.
How long do you think how long do you think men should take before they are asked a woman or someone they're dating to marry them? Or do you think it's a time process? I
should have let you host because that was sure what I was finna ask this brother right here, boy. Go ahead, take that over, brother.
No, I'm bullshitting. No, I think timing is everything.
Yeah.
Like literally, timing is everything. Cause for one, I kind of knew I was going to end up with the woman that I'm with.
Right.
But then again, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Because to piggyback on the previous topic, like, I love my African American women.
Yeah.
And throughout all my high school years, like, I dated my Hispanic woman. But I also, from the G, had my Gary girl, who I dated from when I was when I was a freshman to damn near a senior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then even in college a little bit, I dated this African American woman. You know what I'm saying? So I believe it's all about timing.
Yeah.
It's all about timing. Like me and my fiance, we split for like a good 3 to 4 years. Came back home, seen that we did what we did, had a baby. A couple of years later, I proposed. Yeah. Like, it's just all about timing. You will know when that time is right, and only you will know when that time is right. And ain't no, I've been with you for 7 years, we legally married, all this. No, I don't believe in none of that. 7 years or not. If we ain't got no paperwork and we ain't married, I can move out when I want, and we was just dating, period. It was a long dating term. Yeah. We liked each other dating for 7. You was a good dating partner. But you're not wifey material.
Period.
It's just timing on that. Yeah. It's all about timing.
Okay.
I gotta agree with the brother. I hear this, and that's why I was gonna ask. I'm glad you brought it up. A lot of people do put, if we've been together dating, I ain't going past this many years. If we ain't moving forward with it, I say you got to do it when you feel it. Because the first 2 years, we may think that we've been doing everything right, but there might be a time and space to where you are advancing a little more mentally than I am, or me more so than you. I don't think time should define when you actually do it. Okay. Because you got a lot of people who, they waited 7 years, they done made it to 20. Yeah. You got people who felt like, oh, after 2 years, he knew it was on, we got married, the next year you divorced. Yeah. I think that's the problem with folks. You putting a time limit on it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think it take no 10 years. Yeah. You know, now you ridiculous with. I don't think it take 10 years, but my time and your time may be something different. So I don't think that you put a time limit on it. It's when you know that feeling is right for you. Okay. It's a feeling for me, I think. Okay. What you think? Give it to us. Give it to us. Give it to us. Give it to us. I ain't had no 6 months. 6 months.
Listen, because I'm still in the dating process, so if I say something, they gonna be like, "Oh, let me take this no." Like, okay, I'm gonna get her. Like
what
she
wrong
said.
With that?
No, I'm giving a book. No, I'm giving. Okay, okay. Listen, I feel like this. How old am I? I'm 36. I'm not gonna waste time. Too much time. I'm not gonna say how much time, but you're not about to get 5 years of my life and you call me your girlfriend. So that's just what it is. I believe in moving them out the way. It ain't working out. Move them out the way. It ain't till you get to the till you get to the goal. I believe in it.
5 years. I got 2 more, baby.
These women putting pressure out there.
Divorce, so that's why I say timing is everything. Because when we do it, we did it. Yeah. We did it.
Yeah. You say you don't believe in divorce?
Nah, I don't believe in divorce.
So I mean, your fiance should know when she get to talk about Lonzio, this ain't working. I don't want you no more. We need to go our separate ways. You gonna be the dude still outside the house, ain't playing. No, we still married. We still together.
Married yet? No, I'm good.
That's what's up. I think this was some healthy conversation. This is the portion of the show where I turn the conversation over to you guys. I leave the floor open. If you want to promote business, anything that you want to say, it's your time to shine. Whoever want to go.
Again, my mentor.life, a life coach, and follow my YouTube page, Promising Roads.
That's right. My brother.
Once again, my name is Lonzio Holcomb. You can follow me at Lonzio Holcomb on Facebook. I do have a bouncy house business. You can follow us at Bouncy World, Funflatables. That's on Facebook as well. Also a basketball trainer and coach. So if you need any basketball tips, you can also reach me on my Facebook.
I just want to point out I almost died over here drinking this water and ain't nobody even make sure that your water was cool. No, I do want to thank both of y'all for coming through. I think this was healthy dialogue. I hope that it helped a lot of people, change a lot of people's mindset on it, because some people are stuck in their ways and It's a horrible thing. So I want to thank you all for being open and honest, especially you, my brother, being a person that's dating outside your race, willing to have that conversation, shed light that you have one that bring a lot of issues. So when a lot of people are so quick to be judgmental and say, well, Lonzio, you know, you with this person, they ain't doing this, they ain't doing, you putting it out there on the front line. Mine is. I got a good one. So I definitely like that. And then I hope that people out there looking at this video realize that I tried my hardest to kind of explore all options. We didn't get the full group that we wanted to, but it's always an opportunity to do a part 2 if you guys want it. Make sure you email, well, not email, but you comment under the YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, come to any of their social medias. My social media is just Will Brown, but hit that thought-provoking podcast page on Facebook and Instagram as well. We willing to do a part 2. Anything else y'all want to throw out there?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity. Many blessings. Thank you.
That's what's up. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, this is the Thought Provoking Podcast.